Are you planning a trip to Redwood National Park and want to make it truly memorable? This park is home to the tallest trees on the planet, but that's just the beginning of what awaits you. Hidden trails reveal stunning views, quiet beaches line the rugged coast, and wildlife moves freely through the forests and meadows. Every spot feels like entering a different world, whether you're hiking, driving, or simply standing in awe. So what can you do to turn your day into an amazing experience? Well, stay tuned, because in this video we'll cover the best things to do in Redwood National Park and show you how to make your visit unforgettable. Number 1. Walk Fern Canyon and spend time on Gold Bluffs Beach. Fern Canyon is a short and easy hike that feels very different from most forest trails. The path is about a mile round trip along Home Creek, with walls on both sides rising 50 to 80 feet high, covered in layers of ferns and moss. Along the way, you'll often need to step through shallow streams, climb over fallen logs, or balance on narrow rock ledges. Since the canyon is located just above Gold Bluffs Beach, you can pair the walk with a relaxing beach stroll, tide pool exploring, or even a picnic on the wide sandy shore. It's one of the rare spots in the park where the coastal forest meets a broad open beach in such a close and accessible way. If you're planning a visit between May 15th and September 15th, you'll need to reserve a free Gold Bluffs Beach, Fern Canyon timed entry permit, or have a valid campground reservation that covers the day use fee. The park also requires a small day use fee for Gold Bluffs Beach, which is around $12, cash only unless you already hold a valid pass. These rules were introduced recently to help cut down on overcrowding and to protect the fragile canyon and dune ecosystems, so make sure to check the park's website before heading out. Outside of this summer reservation period, the canyon usually sees fewer visitors, although the access road can still be rough and often takes longer than it appears on a map. What to bring? Shoes that can handle water while still giving good grip, a lightweight rain jacket, and a small backpack with water and a snack. The canyon stays damp and cooler than the surrounding open areas, so packing a thin, warm layer is a smart idea. Give yourself extra time for driving and parking, since the access road to Gold Bluffs has some unpaved stretches, and parking can fill quickly on sunny weekends. If you'd like a longer hike, you can also get to Fern Canyon by taking the James Irvine Trail, a 10-mile round trip starting from the Prairie Creek Visitor Center. This route avoids the reservation requirement, but takes a full day and requires stronger fitness. Number 2. Drive the Newton B. Drury Scenic Parkway and enjoy the scale of old-growth redwoods. A 10-mile trip along the Newton B. Drury Scenic Parkway takes you past huge stands of old-growth redwoods and meadows that fill with elk and seasonal wildflowers. The drive itself usually takes 20 to 30 minutes if you don't stop, but most people turn it into a half-day or even a full-day outing because of the many short loops, pullouts, and easy trails that let you walk beneath some of the tallest trees. The road works for any type of vehicle and offers some of the most reliable old-growth views in the entire park system. As you move along, the scenery shifts, thick groves that feel like natural cathedrals, open grasslands where elk graze, and side trails leading to fallen giants or hollow logs that you can step through or stand beside. If you're looking for photos or just want a quiet moment staring up at tree trunks several feet wide, stop at one of the turnouts and follow a short path. Visiting early in the day gives you cooler air, softer light, and a higher chance of spotting wildlife at the meadow edges. Parking can be tight at the most popular spots on busy days, so going early or visiting during the week makes it easier. The park complex covers about 139,000 acres and contains nearly 45% of the world's remaining old-growth coast redwood forest. With so much protected land, you'll find enormous trees without having to go far, but it also means that services like gas, food, and bathrooms may be spread out, so plan ahead. Number 3. Hike the Tall Trees Grove for up-close old-growth experience. Tall Trees Grove is where you can stand among some of the tallest redwoods open to the public. The official trail is around 4.5 miles round trip, with about 1,600 feet of total elevation change. The main loop takes you down to a floodplain by Redwood Creek, where huge trunks grow close together. This hike lives up to its reputation. The trunks are massive, the forest floor is soft with fallen needles, and the sense of age and size is unmistakable. Many of the trees are hundreds, even over 1,000 years old. Since the trail descends first and then climbs back, expect a steady uphill return that calls for basic fitness and comfortable hiking shoes. To visit, you'll need a free permit reserved ahead of time. The permit system helps manage parking and limits foot traffic to protect the grove. The dirt road leading to the trailhead is narrow and unpaved in places, so take it slow while driving. For a quieter visit, go on a weekday or outside the peak summer season. Many hikers agree the effort to reach tall trees is worth it, as the grove's scale and diversity of trees are hard to find anywhere else in the park. On the hike, bring water, snacks, and layered clothing, since the area near the creek stays cool and damp even in summer. Be sure to follow leave no trace principles. Carry out all trash and avoid disturbing seedlings or fallen logs. Number 4. Watch wildlife at Elk Prairie and coastal viewpoints. Prairie Creek and the nearby meadows are the best spots to see Roosevelt elk in the park complex. The Bald Hills herd, which is one of the biggest in the park, has about 250 animals, while other herds range between 10 and 50 elk. In the past, elk numbers dropped very low. By 1925, only around 15 were left in California. Thanks to protection and habitat restoration, the population has grown back in this region. The best times to spot elk are at dawn and dusk, when they are grazing in open fields or moving along the forest edges. Many pullouts along the Newton B. Drury Parkway give wide views, and elk are often seen there just 50 to 200 yards away. Besides elk, the parks also protect coastal birds, salmon in the rivers, and smaller mammals. Coastal viewpoints offer strong contrasts. One moment you're standing under towering trees, and the next you're looking out at sea stacks in the Pacific, hearing the waves crash and checking tide pools for starfish, crabs, and anemones. Tide pooling is seasonal and best done during low tide, so it's important to check tide charts and stay safe by avoiding slippery rocks and keeping back from incoming waves. Number 5. Paddle, fish, and explore rivers and the coastline. Redwood National and State Parks feature river valleys, estuaries, and a rugged coastline that invite low-impact water adventures. Guided kayaking trips take place on calmer stretches of rivers and estuaries, where you can spot birds, river otters, and tidal channels. In some areas, independent paddling is allowed, but it's important to check conditions, tides, and local rules beforehand. Along the coast, you'll find opportunities for long beach walks, tide pool exploration, and fishing in designated zones. Since the Pacific waters are cold and currents can be strong, it's best to dress for cold water and use flotation or go with a guide if you don't have much paddling experience. If you plan on fishing or boating, be sure to check seasonal regulations and permits, as salmon and steelhead runs affect access in certain rivers. Local outfitters in nearby towns rent equipment and share up-to-date advice on conditions. Booking a guided trip can make your outing safer while also adding valuable local knowledge. For beach visits, always keep an eye on tide and surf conditions and never turn your back to the ocean. Sneaker waves can appear suddenly. Combining a short paddle or estuary outing with a walk along the beach and a forest hike makes for a full and varied day. In one trip, you can see towering trees, coastal birds, intertidal creatures, and river habitats. Number 6. Explore Lady Bird Johnson Grove. Lady Bird Johnson Grove is one of the most accessible and meaningful groves in the national park system. It was dedicated in 1968 by President Richard Nixon in honor of First Lady Lady Bird Johnson, who strongly supported the protection of natural landscapes and wild spaces. This trail holds both ecological and cultural value. The loop itself is about 1.5 miles long and sits at an elevation of around 1,200 feet, making it a bit cooler and mistier compared to groves closer to sea level. The area is often wrapped in fog, and that mist creates an almost dreamlike atmosphere where rays of sunlight sometimes break through the giant trunks. Along the trail, you'll find interpretive signs that explain redwood ecology, ongoing restoration projects, and Lady Bird Johnson's role in conservation. It's a place where you can learn while taking in the scenery, and the educational displays make it ideal for families and first-time visitors. The path is considered easy to moderate, so people of most ages and fitness levels can finish it in under an hour. Still, many stay longer to soak up the quiet and peaceful surroundings. The redwoods here are enormous, with some reaching over 300 feet in height and nearly 20 feet across. While this grove isn't home to the tallest known redwood, that's Hyperion, which grows in a protected area elsewhere in the park, the scale of these trees is still far beyond what most visitors have ever experienced. Coast redwoods generally live between 500 and 700 years, but some trees in this grove are thought to be more than 1,500 years old. Standing beside them gives you a sense of just how long these forests have been shaping California's coastline. Number 7. Drive Bald Hills Road and see prairies and oak woodlands. When most people think of the park, they imagine only the towering redwoods, but it also protects wide prairies and oak woodlands that show a very different kind of landscape. A drive along Bald Hills Road gives you this change of scenery, taking you from thick forest into high open grasslands where Roosevelt elk are often seen grazing. The road begins near Lady Bird Johnson Grove and climbs more than 3,000 feet, offering broad views of ridges, valleys, and even the Pacific Ocean on clear days. What makes this drive special is the contrast it reveals. The redwood ecosystem isn't just about giant trees. It also includes grasslands and oak savannas that historically supported Native American communities and large grazing animals. For years, fire suppression allowed forests to spread and reduce the size of many prairies, but today controlled burns are used to restore and maintain them. As you drive, you'll see open spaces with wildflowers in spring, golden grasses in summer, and elk almost all year long. Trailheads can be found along Bald Hills Road, starting with the Lady Bird Johnson Grove trailhead and continuing with longer hikes from higher elevations. If you go far enough, you'll reach Redwood Creek Overlook, a viewpoint with sweeping panoramas. On clear evenings, sunsets here can be unforgettable, with layers of ridges fading into the horizon over the ocean. Number 8, visit the Kuchel Visitor Center and enjoy the coastal dunes. Near the southern entrance of Redwood National and State Parks in Orick, the Thomas H. Kuchel Visitor Center offers one of the best introductions to the park. The center has exhibits, maps, a bookstore, and rangers who can answer questions and give the latest updates on trail and road conditions. It's also located right on the beach, so after checking out the displays, you can step directly onto the wide coastal dunes. The dunes and beach here extend for miles, with open sand, driftwood, and constant waves. It's a perfect spot for walking, having a picnic, or just sitting and watching the surf. Since this area is quieter than Fern Canyon or Elk Prairie, it provides more peace and a chance to enjoy the park's coastal side at your own pace. The Kuchel Visitor Center is also the largest in the park, making it an important stop for orientation. Rangers can provide free permits for certain spots, such as Tall Trees Grove, and share updates on seasonal restrictions, which are crucial given how fast conditions can change in a park of this size. If you're visiting with kids, the exhibits and the Junior Ranger program give them ways to engage with the park beyond hiking. Number 9, take the Coastal Drive Loop and enjoy history and ocean views. The Coastal Drive Loop is a short scenic route near Klamath that combines ocean views, wildlife, and history in one memorable drive. The loop is roughly 9 miles long, partly unpaved and narrow, so it's best suited for smaller vehicles. Along the route, you'll find overlooks where you can watch gray whales during their migrations and take in views of the Klamath River mouth as it meets the Pacific. One of the most interesting aspects of the drive is its World War II history. At one pullout, you'll see the remains of a radar station that was cleverly disguised as a farmhouse and barn. This farmhouse actually concealed military equipment used to detect enemy aircraft during the war. It's a rare example of hidden history set within a natural landscape. The loop also offers short trails and picnic areas, giving you a chance to stretch your legs while enjoying the surroundings. Along the coast, you might see pelicans, cormorants, and occasionally seals or sea lions. On clear days, the ocean seems to stretch forever, while foggy conditions give the drive a moody, atmospheric charm that matches the rugged character of Northern California's coastline. Number 10. Walk through Stout Grove in Jedediah Smith Redwoods. Stout Grove, found in Jedediah Smith Redwoods State Park, is often called one of the most stunning groves in the entire Redwood region. The loop trail here is less than half a mile, but it makes up for its short distance with dense trees and a remarkable atmosphere. The grove is famous for its tall, straight redwoods and the way afternoon sunlight streams through the canopy, creating striking beams of light. Unlike other groves that may require permits or long hikes, Stout Grove is easy to access via Howland Hill Road, although the road is narrow, unpaved, and winding. The grove takes its name from lumberman Frank D. Stout, whose family donated the land to help protect these giants. Today, it stands as a central feature of the Jedediah Smith Park unit, which contains one of the largest continuous old-growth redwood stands remaining in the world. Many visitors call Stout Grove a cathedral of redwoods because of the quiet atmosphere and the way the trees rise together in almost perfect alignment. Some trunks are over 20 feet wide, and the tallest trees reach nearly 350 feet. The grove is beautiful any time of year, but it is especially impressive in the late afternoon when golden light filters through at low angles. Because the trail is short, most visitors can enjoy it, including families and those who are not up for long hikes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our travel tips. Share your favorite redwood moments in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.